Another day, another rebuild with Jayden Daniels, but this time more of an expected draft pick at this point, as the Washington Commanders are seemingly all but guaranteed to be going that route with Jayden Daniels. Apparently pick 3 is basically the only pick on the clock right now, as the first 2 picks are basically solved. And this rebuild is brought to you by the word basically. Of course, looking at the offense, I mean, this team in general, all the years, back when the Commanders almost beat Tom Brady and ended his Buccaneers Super Bowl run, they always had a defense. They always at least had a defense. Their offense was okay, good enough to put up enough points to win when the defense just locks down the other team. But this latest season, the whole thing was bad, even the defense. Of course, cleaning house on the defensive side with the edge rushers. We know all about that. But looking at the offensive line, you have Cosme, who is basically their only good offensive lineman. Baidez, I mean, he actually is a pretty good lineman too. They brought him in, but the rest, it's a disaster. Of course, Allegretti, I don't know much about him in real life. All I know is about that, he's a basically wasted pick. There's no point to even use him. We're just going to hope that, he's able to be released soon, and we have to sign him to 3 or 16 like they did in real life. But looking at wide receivers, Jahan Dotson hasn't really taken that next step yet, but he is good enough in game. And then Terry McLaurin had a little bit of a down year, but who wouldn't when you basically had like Jameis Winston 0.7 at quarterback? They moved on from Howell so quickly. Of course, Mariota is technically the only quarterback on the roster. He's, backup level at this point. Robinson is going to still be our starting running back, as he's, the best running back here now, as Austin Eckler has basically hit a wall. I mean, he's still really fast in game, but he should not even be touching like 89 speed at this point. He hit a wall. Can he still be good? Probably, especially in the receiving game, but man, it just seems like such a drop-off. KJ Hamler, will he ever be healthy? Who freaking knows? Zacchaeus, I mean, he had like one half-good season one time, and he's been moving around teams ever since because of it. Defensively, like I said, this team at least had the defense going for itself. Right now, though, not even that. I mean, this whole defense really wasn't great. Forbes, I don't know what... That picture always throws me off. I guess the new Beetlejuice movie is coming out. I mean, I guess he's going to be, starring in that. But looking at the safeties, they got a lot of, different safeties with a little bit of talent. Linebackers got a couple of names. I will say that this has basically become the Dallas Panthers. Got a couple of Panthers and Dallas Cowboys players in, in the squad, if you will. But yeah, Luvu probably projects to be a pass rusher, I imagine. Like, I don't know what's this story. He randomly became a middle linebacker in game. Did they actually use him there? Were they using him as an off ball, or maybe he was like a 3-4 edge and he was rotating? Maybe he needs to be a Patriot. I'm not sure what's going on, but obviously for us, his best ability is pass rush. So that's where we're going to be playing as that left end. And, we could still use some pass rushers. They've, we have Dorrance Armstrong. I don't know where he is right now, but he'll be on the roster. There's some names for right now. They got a couple of bandage players, but as far as, Madden rebuild goes, we're not going to be able to develop these guys because they're on the older side. They're low overall. Their devs aren't the best, and, they're 27, 28. You can't really do too much with that, but I guess for right now, you have yourself a couple of okay players, but if we were to go over what the team really needs to do, obviously pick 2 is going to be quarterback. Tight end wouldn't hurt. Maybe a high third tight end. Second rounder, if we can trade up even, maybe get one of the tackles that's left over perhaps. We need a lot of work, but if we get a couple of those things, maybe we'll be able to put together a sneaky playoff team, because there's still some okay overalls in here. Bobby Wagner's insane. Jamin Davis is not too bad, but 79 overall. I'd like to see a little bit of development there. Once again, all the safeties in the world. Corner maybe it would be nice, but yeah, I think realistically, especially with the team signing as many random pass rushers that have been okay as they did, it's probably going to be QB, tackle, tight end, in my opinion, in that order. The draft, please, for the love of God, do not take anyone but Caleb. Thank you. Okay, so pick 2 for I don't even know how many months was Drake May, and then it just completely shifted to Jayden Daniels. And that is exactly who we are going to be taking here. Obviously, athleticism is there that you're not going to get from, well, kind of, but not at the level you're going to get with Jayden Daniels. So that's going to be the guy, and let's see if they don't want to ruin another quarterback that can run. Let's maybe try to not do that this time, Commanders. How about that? That'd be kind of cool. The Falcons took Drake May, huh? Okay, that is something. I don't know what's going on in this one, but the names are all over the place this time. I have not seen this happen. It is not usually this wild. Marvin Harrison went at 19 to the Bengals. 19. Neighbors at 21. McCarthy that late is crazy. Barton at 25 is really not what I wanted to see. I was hoping to somehow get him. Odunze at 31. Wiggins at 32. Of course, McKinstry at 1 in the second round. That's kind of who I was thinking about going with. All of these wide receivers just falling hard. And I do want a Jatavion Sanders, but realistically, I think it's probably best to just not do that. Maybe just go with like Theo Johnson. Athleticism's there. Zach Frazier's an option. Any right tackles? No. Trice. Do we go with a tackle? I mean, you have Rakestraw, you have Lassiter. You got some corners. You do have some corners. I could go Suamataia, which he's 21. He's huge. I think most project him like kind of mid-second, but I've seen a lot in the late first. So, do you hate it? Probably not. I mean, he's a big dude. Like, what can I say? Realistically, the smart move would be trade this pick down to like 18, grab Patrick Paul, but I've used Patrick Paul a billion times. Now, if he's not hidden, I'm going to be mad. Of course he's not hidden. This is why I don't draft, linemen in the user classes. It's just they're always normal. Like, what's even the point? I can get like a 4th round hidden dev in like a CPU class, so why even do it? What a wasted pick. We have Sanders still here. I'm kind of thinking about it, though. I got to be honest. I'm kind of thinking about it. I wanted Theo Johnson like one of these times. Is cornerback value still there? Let's see. Rakestraw, Tampa. Oh, I really don't want to go Rakestraw. I've had him a few times on the team, but I think I'm going to go Rakestraw. The value's there. Ennis Rakestraw, 21 or 91 speed. Hidden Dev, 21 years old. And then in the 3rd round, hopefully we still have a high pick. We do. That will be, I think, Theo Johnson. I've kind of wanted Theo Johnson on the team a couple of times now, and I've had to pass up every time. And, well, we've got ourselves an athletic tight end 1, I suppose. Theo Johnson, 6'6", elite speed, 87 speed and 86 excel, 94 jumping. Didn't expect hidden or anything like that. That makes, fair enough, whatever. But, yeah, a little disappointed in Sua not being a hidden dever. We could also grab this fella. I don't know if he's even hidden. Grab ourselves another tackle, which I suppose we need. The right tackle position's not great here either, so we kind of need 2 tackles. Is he the guy, though? I don't know. I mean, we can kind of, like, ignore most other things. They're more of, like, a suggestion rather than a absolute need. Is there any way we can get both of these Cardinals picks? I'd be pretty devastated, though, if we go for those picks and then he's gone. We have pick 80 as well. I mean, I gotta first make sure that the trade thing is on normal, but I'm gonna try to go for these picks, I think. We move up using a 5th round pick with the Patriots. Couldn't pull out the Cardinals one. It was gonna cost us way too much. I got up 8 spots here, I believe. We're about to find out why I don't draft linemen, I think, in user classes. D impact block, but if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he's pretty good. He's got a bunch of Bs for run block. Just be hidden. Oh, he is hidden. Okay. I thought he was. I remembered him being hidden, I think, but I didn't for sure know. That's a win. That's a win. We could use a pass rusher, but at this point, how do you make the argument that anyone starts over the older guys that we have on the roster? You probably can't, but it is what it is. Trevin Wallace, off ball, I think we do need. I usually make him an off ball, but we could make him a pass rusher too. Got that versatility. Corner we don't need. Safety we could use, but I think once again we have so many names there. I think I'm going to go Trevin Wallace, make him another off-ball linebacker, and we'll see what happens after that. Our next pick is in the 4th round. Not really sure what we get here or what we even need here. Next pick would be never. So unless we want someone really late, we might just take, I don't know, like Brendan Rice or something, who we like never develop ever. And we're going to go Brendan Rice, get ourselves a wide receiver, and the rest of the draft is dead. All right, $40 million. Obviously, our highest pick was number 2, and that's going to cost us quite a bit. But everyone was a 70 overall, though. Give us some credit there. Mate being normal dev, though, is super annoying, but whatever. We got ourselves a new name there, and we got ourselves a new right tackle as well. We drafted more linemen in the high third-round picks and above than we have in any other rebuild. Of course, Theo Johnson going to be tight end 1. We're going to hope for some dev ups there. Really good route running and, super athletic. Definitely a good pick, I think. Anyone else? Break Straw, we talked about already. We've had him a few times. That's basically it, though. Really annoying that our left tackle that we drafted, I really thought we were about to land ourselves 2 hidden devs, but after that first one was normal, I was just glad that this fella right here was star. So we got ourselves 2 new tackles, new corner, new quarterback, new tight end. Got ourselves a wide receiver, left out. Pass rusher definitely could have been, up there on the list, but I suppose we technically did land a pass rusher. We got, a versatile guy that we can kind of play wherever we want. He's going to start off ball, but we'll see what happens. Here is the squad for year 1. We definitely have some things to be upgrading. Left tackle, potentially. It really sucks because he was a high second-round pick. But his base ratings are decent, so maybe if he develops, right tackle should be fine. Even though Wiley, it's weird because unless I'm just not understanding it, Wiley, if I'm not mistaken, was awful for them. No, I remember seeing some Reddit where they talked about how Wiley was one of the worst pass blockers in the entire league. But I don't know. He's a 78 overall, but either way, I'm starting the youngster. I'm starting the guy that's hidden dev and has a bright future ahead of him. The interior of the line, obviously Cosme's great. Stromberg, I've never had him develop for me ever, but at 23 years old, hidden or star dev, he's okay. Baidaz, he's a 3-year 30 or something like that, so he's gonna have to start. Theo Johnson, the athletic tight end, is the starter. Wide receivers are great. Quarterback's gonna be great. Running back, hopefully Brian Robinson. He's still pretty young, so hopefully he can develop. D-line, did I not switch to a 4-3? I literally changed, unless we lost our DC and we have to do it again, but I swear I just changed this to a 4-3, which means Cox would not start, Alan Payne would start, and basically the whole D-line is as follows. Cornerbacks are hoping Forbes is number 1, Rakestraw can develop into the number 2, and then safeties, I went with a youth at the starting spot, so the guys that were already on the roster will continue to be our starters. So we have some re-signing, $71 million. Jamin Davis is obviously a re-sign guy. 5-year 30 is a steal, honestly. I don't know if he'll ever develop into, the dude. Sam Cosme, another steal, if you will. Would love to see him get a dev up, so I'm not going to go any further than that because he's, he's good, but he's not the best overall. Derek Forrest, a 4-year deal worth 26. Nice. I'm actually surprised he took that. Jeremy Chin, once upon a time, maybe was the dude, but not anymore. Diami Brown, maybe. And, Wagner could be useful still, but we'll see if he doesn't even retire. And then we have 5th-year option for Dotson, which we'll obviously not pick up. If we're going to re-sign him, we're going to re-sign him. We're not going to give him extra money for nothing. And before I get a new cornerback 3, if we even need one. But, yeah, we've got money, and, yeah, we're losing a lot of depth, but no actual starters outside of Bobby, pretty much. Hey, Forrest got a star dev upgrade with 10,000 XP. Maybe get that zone coverage up a little bit. To the playoffs, nice little turnaround. I tried to do the realism thing. I tried to do with the Cardinals offense with the Cowboys defense. Kept the Cowboys defense, but realistically did change the Cardinals offense to the Falcons offense. And, we definitely won some games. And literally, right here is when I put it on. And, we did lose the last 2 games, but 4-2 with that, the Falcons offense, Cowboys defense. Let that be known. Try to do the whole realism thing, but I know the direction of this rebuild if I do that. The first 3 seasons are going to mean nothing. The last 2, maybe we get some playoff wins. But Jayden Daniels went from 15 touchdowns and 5 picks to 28 and 8 in those final 6. So, 13-2. Much better. Robinson, not a great season. Receiving, Dotson, good yards. Okay, okay yards, good touchdowns, but not a whole lot going on here. Johnson maybe did enough for a dev up, probably not. Tackles gave up 20 sacks total. Luvu cooked with 17 sacks. The rest, though, very mid. The interceptions were mid. Badgley was mid. The punting was mid. What wasn't mid besides Luvu? Nothing? Everything was mid, I'm pretty sure. MVP goes to Mahomes. Looking at the award wins, Luvu, Defensive Player of the Year, going from normal to superstar, maybe even X Factor. No, I think it's only possible they'll go up once. Jayden Daniels, number 2 to Caleb Williams for Rookie of the Year, which is pain. Pure pain. But what can you do? Where were we, actually? Number 9, in fairness. So we weren't even close, even though it felt close. And that's basically it. Luvu with 1 billion awards. Should go up to at least Superstar. Maybe, higher. I don't know if that would be possible. But at least Superstar Dev. Let's see it. Cowboys versus Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Who would have thought? Oh, my God. I am genuinely shocked. This is crazy. The Chiefs win it all with that MVP quarterback. Let's take a look at the dev-ups. Offensively, none, right? Not even Johnson. That does kind of suck. We'll be looking at tight end, but obviously it is far from the need, so we're chilling. The defensively, Luvu only goes to star after a 17-sack performance on the season. How? D-line of the year, player of the year, 17 sacks. I'm sorry. It has been a long time since I have felt the utter absolute need to force a dev. But today is that day. I have no choice. I almost forced the dev of our left tackle. But there's no arguing it. Should have been a dev up to Superstar. I honestly don't know how it wasn't a dev up to Superstar. I'm genuinely shocked. I really thought it was going to be a guaranteed dev up to Superstar. But even then, it doesn't matter because he's so mid. I mean, he just had a great season, but he's kind of mid. Can't lie. Yeah. Wallace. Never mind. Trevin Wallace also went up in dev, so not only one dev up, but also Trevin. We'll take it, but yeah, still not a great spot. And, honestly, you could argue that maybe I should have just left it on Arizona offense. Say, okay, that's that, 100%. No reason ever run that scheme ever again. Give us our top 5 draft pick instead. What are we looking at? Pick 11, maybe, if we're lucky. That's like high. That's like, the peak of what this pick could be. Jahan Dotson, not worth it. Jeremy Chin, don't need him. Don't need St. Juiced. Diami, no. Zacchaeus, I mean, we don't need any of these players, obviously. Bobby Wagner's not bad, though. We can keep Bobby. If Bobby wants to return, 1 year, 12.5, really? I mean, that's a lot of money I offered him, but okay, see you later, I guess. We're not ready to win now anyways. I say that, but let's be real. If I can get him back in free agency, I am going to do it. But 76 mil, we need a lot. Edge would be nice to cut a corner on. Javon Holland, I mean, he's a good safety, but do we really need him? Probably not. Simmons, 3-year deal, no way. Tyron Matthew, Batonio, Taylor Decker. Do I really just say, okay, well, see you later, high second-round pick? Ooh. Do we just go like the old route this rebuild as long as possible and just keep replacing Edge with old good players? Like, you're not going to get much long-term wise, but, I mean, that's not bad. Bobby Wagner, for some reason, nobody wants him around. I mean, do I really want Taylor Decker at left tackle? He's a good left tackle, probably good for another couple of seasons. I'm going to take a look at the development of the tackle we did draft and compare him to, if I feel like, maybe there's something there. He went up 2 whole overalls on 166 offensive line XP. I think I'm going to go Taylor Decker. And we got all 3. 1 year 16 for Decker, a 1 year 13 for Mack, and a 1 year 14 for Bobby Wagner. We are elderly squad. All right, pick 15 is what we have, which is really bad compared to where I thought we were going to be. 2 tackles to start out the draft, and we have an outside linebacker after that. I have no idea what I want to take here because this is kind of a mid-looking draft class, and as much as I want edge, it's not really a big need this specific season, and I usually don't do too well in rebuilds where we end up drafting the future of edge well before we're going to start them, but I'm also a man of, best available pick is what I'm going to be going for, so whoever is the best available pick, that's what I'm going to be doing, I think. Gabe Webster, don't know who this is. Apparently a pass rusher might even be the guy we take. We'll see. How old is he? 21? He's 21. Okay, 6'2" is a little iffy. I feel like the taller they are, the better they play. I don't know if that's true, but this guy looks good too. 23. Okay, that guy was great looking, but he is 23. Any other position? So our 1 to 2s, we have a left tackle who looks really good, I will admit. Could even take him here. We have a right tackle, Tony Goodwill, who looks even better. And then what else do we have? Any other players? Reedy, decent looking corner. We had a couple of corners in here. One that's 6'5" with A-man coverage. Safeties, there's some options here like Lawson. I think if we're going to take anyone here and not trade down, though, it is going to be Webster. I think the value is there. He's 21, so, you know, if he is a decent player, he can just start next season. We're not worried. I don't think there was any other players that were even close to him, so Gabe Webster's the choice, and he's hidden dev. 83 speed, 91 excel. Usually you get outside the top 10, and there's a round 1 projected still there. It's because the AI knew they were normal all along, but shockingly, that's not the case here. I'm curious to see what other players, like if any of those 1 or 2 tackles are there. Oh, I got to trade up for Goodwell. I have no choice. He looks amazing, and he's still there. Pick 15. We only have a 3rd and a 4th left, so if we're going to be moving here, we definitely need to use a next year pick, I think. It would be nice to trade a player off, but they simply can't afford it. I would actually trade off our left tackle here. Anyone else that we have? Cosme, Wiley. They can't afford anyone, though. So 4th next to move up 15 spots. A little too invaluable for them. I'd like to trade, you know, players. Maybe get this thing going, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I really do not want to give up a 4th this, but I'll do a 4th this, 5th next. I really want this tackle, though, so I'm going to be really disappointed if he's not hidden, because he looks amazing. Like, he looks like more than hidden. He looks like potentially superstar, potentially a generational player. I mean, I don't know everything about him, but I see some A's in there, and it looks kind of busted. Our next pick, though, is in the 3rd round, so it worries me a little bit, but that is going to be our choice, our pick. We are locked in with Tony Goodwell, 21 years old, 6'7", hidden dev with, oh my, I didn't even look at his strength. I would have known automatically that it was generational, but 80 strength is the strength, but he's hidden dev. That's all that matters. Once again, another position that isn't an absolute need, so I'm not going to, like, force it if I don't have to. So we'll go for linebacker if there's one there, I think, which there are a few, but I'm not going to force it. So at this point, he is the... Oh, Torres, though, the center. Could get ourselves a new center. We'd be set. I do want a linebacker, though. Philip Turner looks just as good as Yancey, and then Bartel does have zone. So I think I'm going to go Torres, and then depending on how far back the... that sucks. Depending on how far back these linebackers go, I might actually try to trade up, maybe with a player even. But linebacker's really not a need right now. Jamin's a starter. Obviously, Trevin went up in dev. And then, you know, Wagner's the starter again, it seems. So I'll try to get to the Rams, but if it's not going to be cheap, I'm not going to do it. Scammed, but it is whatever. Our left tackle that we drafted very high in the 2nd round is just not going to develop. Normal devs just don't develop on the offensive line, and I'm not about it. Unless Reedy Wentz... not Reedy, Yancey. Reedy was one of the other guys. I think our linebacker is going to be the choice. Marcus Yancey, we know he's at least a C block shed. He's huge, decently athletic, and normal dev. What a draft pick. We have depth. Maybe he's a decent overall, but I should have known as soon as I saw that poor Excel on the top left that he was going to be bad. I should have just known. I should have. But here we are, 73, 73, 74, 74. Not bad, actually, for the linebacker. Even the center, I suppose. But let's take a look at the actual, you know, hidden devs that we got. 79 finesse, 76 block shed. Actually, really good. I don't know what position we're going to be putting him at. Probably right end, I suppose. But right end, we're number something in the 50s, maybe. We get ourselves a Ryan Kerrigan. I was going to put him at number 90. Why not? And Dev. And he's a superstar. Okay, that is a win. That is a nice draft pick. Goodwell, I imagine... I actually don't know. I don't imagine. I don't know what position he'll play. He'll definitely start somewhere. Maybe not right away, but he'll be our right tackle for now, I guess. He'll be the backup. And then these two players, let's take a look at Yancey. Obviously, the center doesn't matter too much, but I suppose Baidaz could be replaced by him at some point. Yeah, not a great linebacker at all. Not at all. Torres, let's take a look at how good he was. 6'1", 21. You know, decent pass block finesse, decent run block finesse. Lead block's good. He's just iffy in the power blocking and the dev department. Not the best back-to-back drafts here, but we did land ourselves a superstar pass rusher, and that is really hard to do no matter what pick. Even if you have pick number 1 overall, unless there's a generational, even that, it's just not guaranteed for any margin of, you know, at all. Season 2, I'd like to see a little bit more hiddens or star plus devs in general on the team at this rate, but that has not been something that we could do. Center, still, you know, the guy that they signed in real life, Right guard, the best overall on the team. I don't mind too much. Oh, on the offensive line, I forgot about Taylor Decker. Not really the highest overall. And then right now, Goodwell is just going to be starting at right tackle. We might move over Stromberg to center, and then Goodwell at left tackle or left guard because he's really athletic. Whatever, makes the most sense coming up, next season. And then defensively, a lot of age at left and right end, but they still could put up some crazy numbers. So this could be a season where, the veterans carry us to the playoffs. But yeah, this whole, honestly, besides Webster, D-line will look probably different next season or the year after, as there's some regressions in here. Jonathan Allen is not even what he once was. 89 overall, dropping down a little bit here. But yeah, there's a chance we lose Payne. There's a chance we replace Max. There's a chance we replace Luvu. It's not the best D-line in the world. It really isn't, especially for the future. But DBs, they're all right. Linebackers, they're all right. We'll play it how it lies there. But we're in between. I think we could sneak into the playoffs, but I don't bet on it just yet. We're having a really good season. We went with the Falcons offense and the Cowboys defense. I suppose there's some remnants of, the Dan Quinn. Looking at McLaurin, that'll be a re-sign. Jonathan Allen, definitely since it's only a 1 year. Jahan Dotson, we have to, kind of invest in. Brian Robinson, we'll see. Taylor Decker, likely. Mac might just straight up retire. And then the rest are just names you don't really re-sign too often in a rebuild. Forbes, fifth-year option, for sure not. Blake Gillikin, maybe. But 130 mil, the rookie deal quarterbacks, it's just such an easy rebuild when that happens. When you get a rookie quarterback, you're cooking. I'm on the fence. Yeah, I would be too, considering the contracts we're seeing. Amon-Ra getting like 30 mil per, which he's great. He's better than Terry at this point, but at the same time, that is a lot of money for a wide receiver. Super choke on the season, but did we do enough to hold on to the playoffs? We did. 10-7. We actually got the division, believe it or not. The Giants at 1-16. Both times we played them when they were winless. Actually, one of the games they weren't winless. I was worried that we were about to lose our streak because of it, but it didn't matter because look at all those losses. 4 losses in a row. We stopped the bleeding just enough. I don't know if the Cowboys and or the Eagles made the playoffs, but they did not have great seasons either. So, 10-7 is good enough, especially for a Commanders team, in year 2. But, yeah, that's the way it is. Bijan. I thought it said Brian Robinson. Jayden Daniels, yards and touchdowns a little low, but the touchdown to pick ratio is amazing anyways. Robinson, I did sign him to a 2-year 14, which seems like a steal right now. He could even go to superstar. Jahan Dotson, pretty good season. McLaurin, down season. Johnson, good enough for star? I don't know. And then looking at the blocking, left tackle was not great. Right tackle was okay. Edge, Frankie Luvu, ladies and gentlemen, is literally Micah Parsons, apparently. Deron Payne, 9. Max, 7.5, which is not bad. Allen, 7. 7 picks for Forbes. That's a superstar dev. Caillou Blue Kelly with 2. A bunch of guys with 1. Joseph is the new kicker. Missed 4 out of 19 kicks. One of them was blocked. Gillikin, really good season compared to our last punting season. And we now move on to MVP, where Jayden Daniels should be up on the list. I'm wrong. Never mind. I guess I'm just an idiot. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Luvu. Yeah, anyone that wants to complain about me forcing his dev anymore can honestly suck the largest one. Because yes, you could say, oh, well, maybe it's because we're in the Cowboys defensive scheme, which I didn't even know it cooked like this. But at the end of the day, there's like no player I've ever seen Luvu's rating put up the numbers he's putting up. 40 sacks in 2 seasons, basically. And he's like a low 80. That is deserving of superstar minimum. But we're going against the Niners, so it might all be for nothing. The Buccaneers win by 7 over the Falcons. I suppose that's a win we want. The Buccaneers aren't like a team that usually does super well. Wow, the Niners are the touchdown from like 70-something on the ground right out the gate. We bounced back a little bit, but now with the short fields we're giving them, they are smoking us 24-7 early in this one. 24-14. Defense is going to keep this one alive. So is the offense, to be fair. And with a long touchdown drive there, I don't see us winning, but it's not over. This team's driving down, and if they get the stop here, they actually have a legit chance. You kind of have to go like all-out blitzy mode. No, we really do not have the coverage talent for this at all. But there you go, Jonathan Allen. Probably inside stuff, cooking. And I debate what I want to do, because if we don't go mid, the pass is going to be wide open, like if we run any sort of blitz besides mid. But if we run mid, there's a chance that they just run right in on us. I'm just going to run mid and hope. We're going to overload this screen pass. That's all right. To be fair, barely. He almost got that out and we were blocked. Good job, everybody. We're going to keep a timeout on top of this. Why did I let the game talk me into Brendan Rice as a return man? Oh, no. Because he's a god. Okay, that was a decent little return. It's nothing crazy. What can Daniels cook? Zig for Dotson, maybe Rice down the sideline. He's got some size. And it's just about to hit Theo. Oh, that's pain. I was holding on and holding on and holding on. We finally had him. Terry McLaurin inside leverage usually doesn't win off the line like this. I also thought I put Jayden Daniels at number 5. And we just can't get the ball off. This is ridiculous. This offensive line should not be this bad. Once again, reiterating and reinforcing the idea that maybe the sliders are a little too high for Bison's franchise. And that's a tough one, and it's on the money. I actually thought he overthrew him, but he did not. Screen passes are usually like my saving grace, but I don't think you hit a screen pass for 18 yards very often. Also, Theo Johnson with athleticism is going against Fred Warner, but looks open. And we are going to hit him. Perfect throw. He's got speed! And Theo Johnson's going to do the thing, and obviously you go for 2. If you aren't going for 2 here, you aren't a fan of football, baby. This is a tough one, though. I don't like their insides. That's a tough one. Holds on! We have the lead. The Niners are stunned. Can't wait for something to go bad here on these slight sims. And they get nothing. 4th and 10 they finished the game on, and we have pulled off the upset even though we were at home. You can see 4 touchdowns and 1 pick, outplaying Purdy by quite a bit there. Robinson wasn't terrible. You take away McCaffrey's 75-yarder, and he definitely had a better game than him, but 2 touchdowns with that 75-yarder obviously is a different story. Theo Johnson with 71 yards, even without it, once again, over 80-ish yards. Not bad. McLaurin was great. Unbelievably clutch. I don't know why they lined up like that, but we will take it as we win a playoff game. This isn't a bad team. This team has weapons. This team has veterans, the guys that have been around and, they've experienced things. And, it's good enough, I think. This team is good enough to win right now. The problem is after this season, you lose a lot of core starters. Maybe not Luvu, to be fair. Maybe he'll be fine, especially if he goes to X Factor, but Mac is like all but guaranteed to be gone, and Deron Payne should have already been gone. He's really not providing a whole lot with his ratings. Once again, he's more of a name at this point and an overall. We are on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but is far from the hardest team I've ever played. The TARDIS team, yep. Going to the end of the game. I don't know what that was. 7-0, 7-7. 14-7. Still 14-7. 14-10. And we're heading into the second half. 17-10, looking pretty good. It's all tied up. We had a huge drive and we failed. Now they're up by 7, now up by 14. And the game is basically back in the same hands it was last time. And they're going to still keep it alive just like last time. We need 1 stop. And I don't think it's going to happen. I think we already might have lost. The clock is not moving, so it's not technically over. You got to run commit here, right? Like, you have to assume this is a run. Run commit swallowed up. So you're going to have under 40 seconds left to do a tough. And I'm going to go back to the same, I am a man of history beliefs. Not my favorite subject, but I still believe in it. And I think you go with what works. Or what did work, and it's not going to work this time. You've got to be kidding me. That is all Forbes, by the way. We were there technically before him, and yet we were the ones that picked up the block. Explain to me how he's not cutting his angle off. Does anyone know? So what even happens here? Forbes gets a press, lets him go, and he's just not paying attention. We got picked up, and Forbes just doesn't accelerate. He's running behind. Like, run to him! Either way, we are going to fall short of the championship round of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers of all teams, which really puts us in a questionable spot because, once again, this team is as good as it's going to get for at least another season, maybe year 4 or 5, but definitely not. I mean, I highly doubt unless there's some crazy free agents, we're going to have a better team than right now next season. But maybe we'll see some clutch dev-ups, maybe Brian Robinson, maybe Jahan Dotson if we're insanely lucky. Hopefully, Luvu. I mean, it's 20-plus sacks in a season. That should be guaranteeing a trigger to X Factor. Don't know why it wouldn't. Might have been some other names in there that I can't really remember. Forbes, he should be a superstar. If Forbes isn't a superstar, that's like crazy. Like, he should definitely be a superstar. The Eagles versus the Raiders, some new teams-ish, specifically the Raiders. And the winner of this one is going to be the Raiders. Who is their quarterback? Who are the Raiders employing these days? Sam Howell's a Raider. Okay. I mean, sure. I guess Seattle is like, we're not really feeling it. We're not about that life. But Sam Howell wins a Super Bowl. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? No dev up for Theo, Jahan, or Brian Robinson. No dev up for Luvu. What is going on with dev ups in this rebuild? Like, we got Forbes. He was the DB of the year and had the most interceptions. I mean, that was like almost guaranteed. But the dev up lackage for Luvu, he put up 21.5 sacks. He was the defensive player of the year, the D lineman of the year, the sack leader. What are we doing? I'm doing it again. I don't care. I just don't care. I really don't. People can cry all they want about these rebuilds. At the end of the day, there's going to be some unrealistic things in here that we have to change because EA's dumb as hell. Like, what are we doing? And did Brian Robinson already start to regress? Because he's only an 84 overall. He did. 27. Okay, I mean, we definitely should look for a new running back. Eckler is going to be gone. Brian Robinson clearly does not look to be the long-term guy. Tight end, I mean, Theo Johnson, he might not be deving up, but he is an 80 overall. He's 24, 25 years old. That's perfectly fine. So I think we're fine with him being the starter going forward, even though he's still normal. New center, perhaps, because once again, we could just move Stromberg to center, Goodwill to left tackle, and or left guard, and the rest is history. Let Wagner go, get a new middle linebacker, maybe move over Jamin to middle or Wallace to middle, whatever. And then Mack is still actually not half bad. He didn't really put up a great season for us, though. Dropped several to power move. What's even his ratings? He's still not bad, though. So, I mean, we'll see. I think, you can't. If Luvu is for sure going to be the guy, then Webster has to start this next season because, I mean, he's 75 overall superstar and he's young. So, I mean, what are you going to do? You can't do it. And we're going to save some money in the process. So, I think all signs point towards letting, Mac go, let Webster start to develop a little bit as he really didn't develop as a backup. Back up to, every position possible pretty much and didn't go up, at all. Forbes, yeah, superstar is great, but 30 mil for a fifth year is a waste of money. And then the rest are all pretty much backups outside of Mac, which once again we already talked about that one through. So let's head to free agency with about 60 million. And not a whole lot of needs, just, some veteran needs. Is Wagner still around? What contract does he have, man? Well, I don't know if he was on the list or not. Maybe he was, but he has not on the team now. I'll tell you that much. He is gone. Let's see if there was maybe retired or something. Was that Deontay Johnson? That was Alexander. I was like, what? That's kind of crazy. Let's go to the Commanders, see what we got. Amos, Roby, Quinn, Wells, Robert Woods. So I guess Wagner was on the list, and I kind of just, flew him over. Flew over his name because, he wasn't a guy I was looking to resign. But 64 mil. Mark Andrews is great, but at 30 years old, I just don't think Mark Andrews is a free agent. Like, Purdy being a free agent, that's just stupidly dumb. Trent Brown, I mean, we would be replacing left tackle because our right guard's okay, our right tackle's okay, but we don't really need to then. And outside of overpaying for Quincy Williams, I don't really see it. Van Ginkel's not terrible either, but I don't expect us to spend much, if anything, in free agency. Pick one overall goes to the Giants, who have a brand new quarterback. Don't know how I feel about that because, I mean, brand new quarterback could mean a complete shift in the power dynamics of the division. Let's be honest. Let's be so for real. That ain't going to happen. At pick 25, though, I have no idea what I want to do. Linebacker, I think in the second round makes sense. Who's this? Who this be? Nick Edwards. Doesn't look bad. Don't really need wide receiver just yet, though. Maybe it would be smart to just take a shot, but running back is definitely up there. Is it first round level up there? I don't know. Kendrick Coleman, 4.38. He's got a B truck. See, if I seen B juke move with that, sure, maybe. Some speed. C juke move, B spin. That might be worth it because it's a little bit more. But I mean, you see a guy like this in the 3 to 4. Why not just instead of taking that pick here? I know he's a little bit on the slower side. Instead of taking the pick here at running back, trade down and land a whole bunch and that running back, So DT is also on the need list. May even trade Payne off for a high third or something, which would, land us that running back perhaps. Foster looks pretty good. You have guys like Winslow later, 1 to 2s. Ooh, future edge. But do we need to? Once if Luvu is just the guy for the rest of this rebuild, 277 isn't the lightest. I'm going to take him as a nice, okay. as a versatile guy. 277 is light, but, I mean, all it takes is 10 pounds in the offseason. 287 can easily play DT. So, if we're making that argument, it's there. The argument exists. 25, might go linebacker. Thought I seen a 1-2 that I really liked. And I did. Yates, I don't know. Let's see. Sean Yates, 22, 6'3". He's huge. The Excel, though. The Excel has been so mid lately on a lot of players at linebacker. And when it is, they usually suck. But the problem is, if I don't go him, it's what are the options? Doral? Or Dural, I suppose? Maybe, actually. It does make sense. Let's go Winslow, actually. 286, speaking of. And he's hidden. Okay, we're cooking. We'll slow sim this for now because we're going to probably move like a 4th round pick if we have one with maybe our DT Deron Payne. I'm going to see what Deron Payne's looking like these days. I want to see what his his contract as well is. Dural is still there, so I'd be willing to just, grab Dural, whatever happens. DT Deron Payne, you save a little bit of money. He's actually a pretty good overall. Oh, no, he's not. 85. I mean, 85 is not bad, but 83 block shed, 78 power move. He's 29. He probably needs a contract either this upcoming season or the season after. I'd be willing to trade him to a team that would give me a decently high 3rd round pick. We trade a future 4th and 85 overall Deron Payne to the Cardinals for this high draft pick. Once again, 85 overall is great. The problem is that 85 overall is insanely inflated. We already got our DT. O-line definitely would not hurt. There was a really cool looking quarterback. He was actually at one point a 1-2 talent grade, and this guy looks insane, insane value, but we don't really need QB. So, I mean, that was just kind of like a throw him on there, why not pick. We definitely want Batten, and we definitely want Dural. So we're going to probably let's grab Batten first, because we actually still have some options at linebacker. The longer it takes, the better chance we have. And he's hidden, Dev! A better chance we have at, paying less for the trade-up. And never mind, that took no time at all. Let's go look at the Saints after this, though, to see if we made the wrong call, not just going for them. We also can't make this trade-up with players, which is worrisome. I don't know if I can make this play then. I need to trade it with a team that can afford players, because we might have to offer a player in this instead of draft picks only. Offloading some talent again. We move basically 20 spots with a decent center. Problem is, I don't know if the guy's going to be there, and thankfully he is, as that was pretty much our only option. Couldn't go with the Titans. They had no money either. If Dural is a superstar plus, or hidden dev anyway, star plus, this is a really good draft class. And he is hidden dev. 87 speed, 91 excel. As far as like pure efficiency goes, one of our better drafts we've ever had. Of course, I don't know what their overalls are. They could all be star dev, but at the end of the day, the accuracy in hiddens kind of through the roof. Of course, it's probably going to end here in a moment, but kind of through the roof. We're going to look for a kicker, I think, but once if we get like a generational kicker as well. And the only halfway decent kicker is Fordham, which I don't see a whole lot. Maybe 92 kick power. 92 kick power. I don't really see a whole lot going on there. But hey, he's something. He's someone. Let's take a look at our draft recap. A couple of them actually starters. The DT is starter. The linebacker's a starter. Rucker isn't. 71. 76. The running back might be a starter. We'll see. But Rucker, 74 overall, hidden dev. Pretty good power move. Decent block shed. Very athletic. Kind of see what his dev is. If he's superstar too, that would be insane. Star dev, fair enough. I was about to say we could have matched him up with Webster. Winslow, only a 71 overall. So while we did get hidden, was barely hidden, right? Like he's a pretty low overall, but what's the dev here? Maybe a superstar dev if we're lucky. Oh, that's nice. Superstar X Factor. Sound like a Frenchman with a nice baguette. That's what it sounded like. But Batten, let's take a look at that dev. I would almost guarantee this is star dev, but I've seen superstars before, and there is one of them. Okay, yeah, this draft is kind of busted. Now let's take a look at left outside linebacker Dural, 6'3". Coverage is not great, so I don't really see him fitting as a middle linebacker, so maybe Jamin Davis is the guy in middle. Dev for Dural, and he is star dev. I'm really glad he wasn't higher than star, because, sometimes I just randomly say superstar, and if he is superstar plus, I was like, I hope, if we get a superstar plus here, it's like, and if he is, it's like, oh, well, we know the secret, the cat's out of the bag. This kicker sucks, by the way, we're going to release him. There is literally no point. I do want to compare the linebacker we got to the one that the Saints got, because the Saints... Also, let's take a look at the number 1 overall quarterback. 76 overall normal. I really wish it was normal. I should have known. Wormhead. Wormhead indeed. The Wormster. Only star dev. We are... I mean, I can't really say lucky. It's still not our team. Middle linebacker Yates, 75 overall, was a normal dev. And once again, I just don't trust anymore. That Excel 85 is not solid. That is more of like a good to great. He's actually pretty damn good. He's debatably better than our guy, especially since it's not hard to get one singular tackle for a loss for a dev up. At linebacker, don't talk to me about that damn Bisons franchise. We are now headed to Season 3, where Robinson honestly should be replaced this season by Batten. I'm debating on what I want to do. Man, I don't know what to do. I don't also know how Eckler's still here or why he's even on the team. But Robinson, he's an 84 overall. He had a pretty good season last year. But at the same time, he is built literally almost exactly like Batten. But Batten also not only has superstar dev, but is a lot younger. So I'm not really sure. I'm just going to let it lie, I think, for now. But if Robinson struggles, we're going to put in Batten, because Batten can struggle all on his own. He doesn't need some higher overall to struggle for our run game. O-line, I'm going to probably bump the sliders to just 200 across the board for O-line, because it just seems like we're not getting any upgrades at O-line. Jamin Davis goes to number 1 middle linebacker, and then Durrell, the new rookie, goes to right outside linebacker 1. The D-line, you've got a little bit more youth here, DT2 and right end 1. Corners are as young as possible. Safeties, Martin's not even that great of an overall, so we might need to replace him, but Forrest, he's an 84 overall, but his ratings are mid, too. He's like 79 zone. Martin's like 81 man, 77 zone, and I don't know. It's just these safeties, man, these specific hybrid types, they just never develop, like, at all. We have a ton of money, which also probably comes with a ton of re-signings. Luvu's not really asking for much. If he's on par for his normal sack total, so he's sticking around. Allen's obviously sticking around. Martin, I think I might move on from. Stromberg, I think the price is good, even though the progression isn't. But yeah, we have, a lot of guys to re-sign going forward, but as of right now, we have zero concerns about money. Like, zero. Man, would it be cool if that was a real-life thing, though. Zero concerns about money. Oh, my God. Please don't choke again. We are choking so much lately. You might as well grind our food up. I don't know where I'm going with that. 11-6, the Cowboys. 11-6, the us. 10-7 for the Eagles. The Giants with a new quarterback have improved their numbers, but still far from a playoff run. Not maybe far from a run, but a couple of wins off. Really good start, and then kind of lost some games in between, but overall did finish with a solid season. Looking at the stats and the awards, Jayden Daniels, 3,707 yards, 34 touchdowns, 36 interceptions. A little bit more yards, a little more touchdowns, but a lot more interceptions. Robinson, maybe I should have started Batten, because Robinson was just good enough, kind of. Dotson, is it finally time to go to Superstar? Johnson, is it finally time to go to Star? I don't even know. Offensive line, right tackle was really good. Decker, still playing pretty poorly. Luvu, down season, still gave him a 2-year 30 because the price was right. Winslow at 7 sacks. Jonathan Allen at 5. And excuse me, Webster, do you mind? Where is Webster? 390. What do you mean 390? 390. What do you mean? Who still was it? Rucker? Well, that doesn't make me feel good, because at least Rucker could have had like a good year, but he did not. He sucked as well. Oh no! Why? When did I tell him to start? Either way, what happened. We're in the playoffs. Who cares? Batten was 6th on Rookie of the Year. Could have easily won it, I would assume, if he would have started. Winslow was number 2. Love that for us to not get it. Daniels all the way down at number 9. Robinson at number 9. Dotson at number 7. Cosme at number 8. Luva at number 6. D linebacker not on the list. Forbes, best DB, could go to X Factor. Forbes kind of cooking. Forbes is he's having himself a glow up. But let us go into the wildcard round against the 8-9 hosting Packers. I will say, I think we actually lost 10-19 in the regular season to them, so not feeling that confident, especially not as confident as we should be feeling. Also, I don't know what's going on, but my the water I'm drinking kind of feels like ground beef. It tastes like ground beef. Not feels like that. That would be really a problem. Maybe it just needs to be cleaned out. I don't know. I don't like it. Just like I don't like the scoreline. 24-14. I said we lost to them before. Nobody believed me. I mean, you guys probably did believe me because it was literally shown on the schedule, but what a pathetic performance from this team. We're heading into year 4, losing to an 8-9 team. What is this? Do you mind? Damn ground beef water. I'm sick of it. I suppose they were the same overall as us. I'm not really sure how, though. I mean, I guess, yeah, the Green Bay Packers are in a better spot progression-wise than we are in the first season or two, so kind of makes sense. We're still trying to play catch-up. Heading into year 4, I mean, I don't know when Jayden Daniels, like, gets to be good, but it seems like never is the answer. I'm going to go with the Chiefs playbook this next season, because every Jayden Daniels rebuild I do, he's, like, always just, like, a star dev, pretty much. The Falcons win the Super Bowl over the Jaguars, so some new teams, once again, pretty fun. Dev-ups on offense. We did see Johnson, finally. We seen Johnson. Whip it out. We want to see it. Finally, star dev. Really good run blocker, apparently. Finally seen him go up in dev. Still no to Jahan Dotson. Defensively, Winslow? He was already an X Factor. No dev-ups on defense. So we had one singular dev-up the whole damn season we just had it. And we didn't even win a playoff game against an 8-9 team. I don't know how to feel about that. Also, resignings, I'm pretty sure we took care of business, but I'm not 100% sure. There might be a couple of names I forgot about. But overall, I think we are, we're chilling. And if we are, that's crazy, because we have 122 mil. Jayden Daniels, I mean, we're going to wait on that. It's 45 mil. What's the worst? It'll be 50 mil per year. We save money in the long run. We need a new safety, so I'm kind of debating, or not debating, but regretting the decision not go for Javon Holland, because we've had the money the entire time now, and we need the safety, and I highly doubt he's going to be back in there. That'd be kind of crazy if we had a redemption chance at him, but I don't expect it. I absolutely do not expect it. We need safeties. Safety is like one of our biggest needs now. Joe Tooney, Joey Porter's a corner, but maybe one of our corners can play safety. I don't know what the zone coverage is looking like for our guys, but Joey Porter is definitely a good cornerback. Fuller could play free safety. He wants to come back to the team. This happens so often. Like, why does this happen so often in the real world? We see this all the time. Former cornerback returns, plays safety. Boom. That's all I can say. Boom. Free safety as well, so I don't see the problem. I refuse to see a problem, to be honest. I don't think it exists, that's why. But just so you don't think I'm crazy, 27-year-old, 81 overall Martin is just, he's not great. Not really a shocker, but we got 85 overall Kendall Fuller on a one-year deal. He's got 89 zone coverage. He's going to be our new free safety, and then we might move over the other dude. Goes up in overall, +1 to 86 overall free safety. Still think we need safety, though, in general. But yeah, Derek Forrest is going to be playing strong safety for us, I suppose. He's not much better than Jartavius Martin, but he's definitely better. He is better. He's more athletic, a little bit better zone. And, yeah, we'll have ourselves a decent safety group, but the future at that position does not look secure, I'll tell you that much. And how is Fuller still here? All right, so we're in this draft, and it's probably going to be DB, cornerback kind of, but mainly a safety. Whatever better option there is, whether it's an actual safety or if it's a cornerback that we're going to convert to safety, that's going to be the go route, I suppose, is some sort of DB. And we are looking okay so far. I can't remember exactly the name of the player we were looking for, but so far so good, as I don't even see a safety going. And I think we're going to have our choice of whoever the hell we want. I'm just going to make sure that there's no one else that we did have on our list. As you can see, Williams, I think, might be our front runner here at safety. Blanton looks decent, but Williams at least an actual safety. He's also 6'2". 1 or 2 for a tackle that I don't think is very good. Kennedy's meh. DeConte looks okay, to be fair. Some of these linemen are higher than I remembered. I thought a lot of them were 2 to 3. Obviously, they can go up higher if, that's what the combine or all that, the pro day and all that looks like. But I also like Stamper. I kind of like Waddle. But I think this safety, Evan Williams, is the guy. He's 21 years old as well. He looks big and looks beastly. Let's grab him. And he's in dev. He's the future at safety. Pick 20 in the second round. Stamper's still there. I'm going to look through all of my players real quick, but Stamper might be my guy. I mean, I like Waddle as well, to be fair. He's 6'4", 21 years old, 4'33". If Stamper's 22, this is going to be a little bit tougher than oof. Because if we need a wide receiver, it's not a wide receiver for now. It's for the future, right? You know, I'm going to go Waddle for the... for the youth. We'll see if I made the wrong call or not. And then we moved all the way to the next pick. Don't really have much to trade up with unless we're going to move on from next year picks, which, you know, we do sometimes do. Holy. Let's go with the 6'6" wide receiver. He looks absolutely horrible, but since he's 6'6", 21 years old with some speed, could be hidden. And he's not. Okay, I regret. Maybe shouldn't have went all the way to our pick, because there was probably some linemen there we could have had, and we're not really future-proofing the offensive line position by just simply not drafting them. Anyone else? Any other value? I'm not really seeing it. I might just go with another wide receiver, Donnell or Donnell. I'm going to find someone better, I think. All right, I can't imagine this is the best draft we've ever had, but we'll see. 76, 74, 72, and then 66. Let's take a look at Evan Williams, who is the prize of this draft class of ours. No man coverage, which is good. You can't have that hybrid build. Great zone coverage, decent athleticism. Once again, 6'2", hoping for Superstar Plus, obviously. And he is Superstar Plus. Okay. I don't know what position he'll play in the future. Maybe it is free safety, maybe it's strong safety, but that's a win. Waddle, 21 years old. Did we sell because of the age? He's very good and very developable. No possession or aggressive catch, though, which is an L. But is it as big of an L as just simply missing out on a hidden dev because of age? All the traits for that wide receiver, which is pretty cool, but it doesn't really matter because we're probably not going to develop him. Let's take a look at Stamper. I don't know when he would have went. Maybe he was right there. I seen wide receiver in the name. Stamper went one pick after, so we're going to look stupid. Nice! Hidden dev. I mean, they passed on him for a reason, I felt. Maybe it's because of the injury and toughness. I don't know. I'm going to be really disappointed if this is Superstar Plus. It is going to make me look so dumb. Okay, fair enough. Star dev, I think we made the right call. Similar in players, but the difference is our guy's 1 year younger, and he's not even a starter. So, at the end of the day, you're getting an extra year out of them for developing. So we're going to be rocking with the Chiefs offense this year. This is what the team looks like. We got more depth at the running back spot, I suppose, but not a whole lot has changed. Definitely need to future-proof the left tackle position a little bit, but everything else, maybe center, is pretty good on the offensive side of the ball. Really wish Jahan Dotson would have went up a little bit higher than he did, but it is what it is. D-line, definitely need a new DT because Allen is definitely on his way out. He is an 88 overall now, and he keeps going down. Corner 1's great. Corner 2 really hasn't developed, but he's still our best bet. Safeties, Williams will be the future at probably free safety, maybe strong safety. I don't know. Maybe we need to replace, both Fuller and Forrest, but we have Williams ready to go anyways. Linebackers, it is Durrell, not Milano. We just wanted the depth there. A lot of great mentors. 87 overall to start. Should be a playoff season guarantee, but can we win some playoff games? That's the thing we're lacking, is winning them. Here it is, expensive time, $134 million. We have to pay Daniels. We definitely will. Rakestraw probably gets a contract. Theo gets the contract. Wallace probably gets sent to free agency. Right tackle, maybe. Finally seeing Jordan Fuller in free agency, by the way. Rice is there. Kendall Fuller probably goes to free agency. Decker definitely goes to free agency. We can afford, pretty much everyone we want, but we still do have some players to replace, which isn't fun. But yeah, let's get some of these contracts in. So Jayden Daniels is asking for about $38 million per. And I think he's playing about a $38 million to $45 million range per. Rakestraw is, I don't even know what this is. I'm just going to do a 6-year 48. And it's good enough, which is great. $93 million. Theo Johnson, I mean, even if he has to be a backup at some point, I'll take $10 million per year as a backup, even though he chose not to re-sign. And I'm thinking maybe I do keep Wallace. I've gone for guys like, Joke from free agency in the past. And, he's cheaper than him, technically. And he is pretty good. A 4-year 72 at these numbers. What do you mean? You're an off-ball getting $18 million per. What do you mean at these numbers? What about D's nuts? How about that? Yeah, I brought it back, baby. I really wish I didn't, but I did. To the playoffs with a win. We could have a bye week, and we do get a bye week with a win. 12-5. I mean, sometimes all it takes is a little Chiefs. Little Chiefs. Early on, not the best, but finished off really, really strong. And once again, good enough for the bye week in year 4. We win a lot of Super Bowls in year 4. It's probably because that's when we start using the Chiefs playbook, but Jayden Daniels, 4,500 yards, 34 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Just because you use the Chiefs playbook, though, does not mean that you're going to win a Super Bowl. It's far from just guaranteed. Dotson should go to Superstar. Johnson hopefully goes to Superstar. Waddle, I don't know how he forced his way in with all those numbers, but he did well. McLaurin was okay, but he's obviously being phased out slowly but surely. Tackles were not good, which is why we're letting Decker go. No change to the defensive line. Louvu with 11, 10.5 for Allen, 6.5 for Winslow. Webster with 5 interceptions, 3 for Forbes, 2 for Davis, Rakestraw, Flott, and Forrest, 1 for Fuller, 1 missed kick out of 18 for Mr. Fairbairn, and apparently we had 2 punters this whole season. MVP? No, but number 3. We'll take it. Coach of the Year, number 2. Any actual award wins, though. 8 for Offensive Player of the Year, which you usually don't even see quarterbacks on the list, right? Like, it's rare, because usually it's, a non-QB award, so people don't, riot. Waddle, the Rookie of the Year, number 2. That is pain. Could have got himself a dev up without even really being the featured starter. Best quarterback goes to Jayden Daniels. He's definitely a superstar, maybe even better. Superstar because of the best QB award. X Factor because of the season stats. That'd be great. Batten at number 7 is not bad for his first year starting. Dotson at number 5 is great. Goodwell and Stromberg at 4 and 6. Louvu, Allen, and that's it at 6 and 8. I don't know why Vea look like the Commanders kind of. No for the linebacker, DB at number 4, and then kicker at number 2. With the bye week, we have a much better chance to win it all because we have to play less games. Get into the divisional round without even having to break a sweat is great. Anyone but the Packers. Oh my God, it's the Packers. It's actually them. Somehow they beat us last time, even though it's crazy. It feels like teams like the Commanders and Buccaneers always find a way to beat the Packers, but wow, what an upgrade that was. We're going to try and just win. Let's just win. Let's just do one of those instead. And wow, okay, just no upgrades for the actual attributes we're trying to upgrade. Okay, no speed rush, finesse upgrade, no power move, power rusher upgrade. What a disaster. I mean, are we... I don't know. It is what it is. We have 4 overalls on the Packers. Let's do this thing. Of course, the Chiefs move on, so if we are going to be playing against a Super Bowl team of the AFC, it could be the Chiefs. But obviously, we're kind of jumping the gun a little bit because we have to actually win these games. You got Cordale Flott getting a pick, and we turn it into nothing. It is now halftime with all these opportunities, and we still only have 3. Do we mind? And then we missed an extra points. The defense clutches up. Offense is trying to work. I mean, they're going backwards. Nice conversion. Wow, what an effort it was to get that touchdown. And from the 10-yard line, I mean, you pretty much have to stop them here. Yes, you do have that the 3 timeouts, but you don't want them to score a touchdown. Oh, we're not there. Oh, thank God it was a play action. Oh, it could be picked. It's terribly thrown. Damn, good rush, though. I seen Louvu come off the edge last second. All right, you know the drill. You live and die by the mid-blitz. It is the ultimate play. It is the ultimate sellout. And they're going to run it. Nice cutback, but guess who? Jonathan Allen will get a chance now with, 20 seconds and 2 timeouts to maybe make a miracle happen ourselves and head to the championship round. Jones off the edge. Maybe you don't need it. Not going to happen. No one touch him late. 21 seconds. That's a really iffy throw. But there goes Theo. And what a block! To the 46. We do keep our 2 timeouts. Not that we need them, but it gives us more options, I suppose. I wonder if they think we should still try and kneel this out. Do we maybe, run the ball? Because we're not going to be able to keep both timeouts anyways. I mean, that would definitely catch me off guard. Even with the timeouts, I'd be like, what? Really? Stop fighting. Oh, maybe not! Maybe let him cook! 58-yarder. I mean, I'm not saying we run it again, but, why not run it again, maybe, at the same time? That was an insane set of tackles he broke. Spinning, trucking, slipping. Give us 5. Just give us 5 yards. Oh, we'll take more than that. With the knees. We have 1 second left. Down to the 32. I'm going to let the AI kick this. I don't want to. Nah, I'm going to kick it myself. Oh, my God. I just clicked the wrong play. You've got to be kidding me. Well, this kick is slightly harder now. Give us a penalty. Let's just do the penalty thing. Number 89, 69, you idiot. Why are they suggesting that? And now they're going to suggest a field goal. God, this game is a disaster. Oh, and we're going to be iced. I was spamming A to get through that, like, crap, and I almost did it again, I think. I don't know. That kind of went fast. It's up! It's good! Kind of right down the middle. I mean, look where the ball lands. It's literally next to the goalpost. It's like, it's one ball on the other side from being a small ball wiener. All right? That is clutch. Theo Johnson, tackle break master. Batten, tackle break master. Daniels, bad throw merchant. Looking at the receivers, Dawson Knox found his way over to the Packers. Got a definite different group of receivers than I would have expected. Sack totals, we did basically nothing. It was like a whole bunch of team effort plays. Flott and Diablo with interceptions. I thought there was a missed kick in there, no? Maybe we went for 2 at one point and just didn't get it. To the championship round. Who is it going to be against? The Rams. Interesting. Do they have Pratt? I'm kind of interested. The Rams beat the Vikings by 1. 36-35 is kind of crazy. They have... That's bullcrap. They have Purdy. That's... What? Oh, my God, EA. I got to go against Purdy when he shouldn't even be there. I suppose if Purdy never left the Niners, it could have been the Niners here instead of the Rams. So, you can never truly win, can you? The Chargers versus the Chiefs, you already know how that's going to go, I would imagine. But will it even matter? Because we have to ourselves get past the Rams. We're only an 89 overall to their 88. I don't know what's going on. And oh my God, I'm shocked. The Chiefs won. They're headed to the Super Bowl, 7-0. We did not have a great game last game. You know, we won, but it took a lot of user intervening. I don't know. 10-10. It's, I mean, I'll be honest with you. If this is how either team's going to be playing in the Super Bowl, it's not going to matter. Like, yeah, woohoo, we're in the Super Bowl, but man, if that's how, you know, we're going to be playing in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs are going to crush us. They are going to murder us. It's not even going to be close. Oh, man. I mean, hey, we're in the Super Bowl. That's great, but Season 5 is going to be even better. But what do you mean? How could you guarantee there's a Season 5? If you win... Usually year 4 is the cutoff point, because to get that 2 out of 3, you're going to need to play 2 more seasons, and that's way too long. But you know what the truth is? We just know. We just know that it's not going to happen. We have won in very mediocre ways against teams that are not that goated. However, unfortunately, the Chiefs are ultra goated, and we know we're not going to get away with half the crap we've seen our teams get away with. Wow, that pass blocking is crazy good. Everything else, wow. Wowee, that is not good. DevOps, hopefully Jahan, should be Jahan. And then, Jayden Daniels could go straight up to freaking X Factor, I'm going to be honest. Take a look at those devs. I do want to see what the Chiefs' score lines were, because I kind of just ignored them. I think they played the Colts at one point and doubled their score, I think. But that's really all I remember. Daniels to superstar, Johnson to superstar, Dotson to superstar. Like I said, I'm a little surprised that this is an X Factor, but we'll take it. Quarterback of the year, I thought QB of the year would have got him to superstar, and the stats themselves would have got him to X Factor, but I guess not. And then, of course, Jahan Dotson's a superstar, which is great news. Theo Johnson was like borderline dev-up worthy, and, I guess he was on the right side of borderline. He is a guy I wanted to develop for a while, draft and develop, but he's always just like gone by the time I want a tight end. And then defensively, Forbes goes to X Factor, who is definitely the best I've ever seen of him. I've never seen him this high of an overall, I don't believe, so... being the 14th ranked cornerback, kind of surprised it's that low, 14th ranked, but, it's not, I guess the number 1 cornerback is not the hardest thing to develop on the team. But let's take a look at this Chiefs squad real quick. Well, that's not really what I wanted to do, but, here we go. Smoke the Colts, barely won against the Chargers. Maybe there's a chance. There could be. They're playing against all C teams, and they are a C team. So, I don't know. I don't know what that means, but I brought it up because it's facts. The Seamanders giving up 14 points at the blink of an eye. Okay, nice turnaround, but it is now 21-7, 21-14, 21-21. I am liking this turnaround. 28-21, 35-21. The game is really anyone's, homie. Sound like Marge over here. Nice drive. It's our ball. 4th and 3. I mean, it's the Chiefs. I think you can argue that anytime you give them the ball, it could be a score. I'm not saying that they're like, this great goated team, even though they kind of are, but, they kind of are. And that is catchable, but not going to be a first down. It is insanely close, but Leo Chanel denies us. That must have been so insanely close. Maybe I made the wrong call. I don't know. Because it does seem like when they're on your side of the field, it's like coded in the game for them to not score. And from 4th and 4 range, 62-yarder. Sure, I imagine it's doable, but at the same time, like, maybe not. I mean, like, maybe don't do that. Although I don't really like any of these plays. Last one was 4th and 3. We couldn't get it. Now it is 4th and 4. Theo Johnson, can you be my guy? Theo Johnson. That is a crazy side whip, but we will take it. You play this song perfectly, and then, you know, you can win the game here. I'm not that thirsty for a Super Bowl that I'm willing to do that, so I'm going to let it play. But, you know, they have the chance to do that, and they will get the touchdown. Gave the Chiefs time, though, and that's the problem. 26-yard line. If this clock's moving, the game is essentially over. Do you just run cover 4? I mean, like, what do you do here? You don't want to give them time. Look at the whole D-line of Superstar Pluses, even though they really don't play like that. And Mahomes going to step up. Mahomes got time. Mahomes going to throw it away. He didn't see a touchdown, and he knows he can't keep the ball in the field of play. So that is a play. Do you QB contain? I don't even know, dude. I would just have only one pass rusher. Oh, he's going to get that out of bounds. He's going to make it closer to the 19 now. Now it's like, do you even want this cover 4? I mean, the cover 4 has gotten us to this spot. So why change what's working, I guess? There's no way this is going to happen, right? Just protect the end zone, man. And he's going to get in trouble. He's going to get sacked. And the Commanders are going to be Super Bowl champions. 42-35 over the Kansas City Chiefs, who had us beat by 3 overalls. Talk about clutch. 4th and 4 conversion. You know, I talked about how I felt like the way we've played, that this was going to be just a blowout for the Chiefs winning. But we actually stepped up to the plate offensively. It was 14-0 early, and the team turned it around. And even though I changed Jayden Daniels to number 5, I think it was a different build. I think I changed him to number 5. And thankfully, when you play offline, there's an autosave mode, because I would have ruined so many rebuilds, because I just forget to save. And I think I just didn't save, and that's why he's number 12. It is what it is. 12, 5. You know, it is what it is. You know, we're out here with a Super Bowl win. What more do you want? Antonio Brown, and congrats. Enjoy the Super Bowl. But looking at the numbers, both quarterbacks were far from perfect, but you would argue Jayden Daniels, especially with less experience, did outplay Mahomes. They had more rushing touchdowns as well. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. It was a very close game, all right? It was like dead even. I think we might have had one more touchdown to them. But so I would say arguably, you know, with all things considered, that Jayden Daniels had the better game. Luvu with 1 sack, Chris Jones and Cross with a sack each. McDuffie, Chanel, and Forrest with interceptions. Kickers just had a bunch of extra points. They had kind of an easy Super Bowl. And we got the dub. We have won with the Washington Commanders. They have found their franchise quarterback in Jayden Daniels. It's not the perfect product, but it is definitely franchise-level top 10 QB in the league. You know, right near the end of the top, 10. But, product, it's up there. It's pretty good. Show you guys, the old winneroo. And then let's go into the recap of the players, really, and call it a rebuild. And we can get underway for the real draft, where maybe I actually have to make a Drake May Commanders rebuild, because maybe it is Drake May the whole time. And, like I've used an example of Geno Smith getting so much hype for being a top 10 quarterback in that one draft, or E.J. Manuel slipping into, well, not slipping, but, kind of stumbling into the first round. So, I mean, it is what it is. You never know, but we'll see what happens. But regardless, this is what happened in this rebuild. Terry McLaurin is still a very good overall, 91 overall. The schemes kind of messed him up a little bit, but overall, he's still a really good player, and he's a wide receiver 1 pretty much anywhere in the league. Top, maybe there's like 5 to 10 teams that aren't a number 1 need for him. Trucking stiff arm, he's not the best just yet, but he's only 22 going on 23. He's a superstar. It was a pretty good draft pick, and, he pretty much replicated what Brian Robinson did, and he still has a lot of time left to get better than him. Jahan Dotson, release is okay. Short route's a little mid. Medium and deep are great, though. Very good catching. Okay speed. 92 speed, 96 XL is just borderline elite, very close to it. Theo Johnson, speaking of elite athlete, 87 speed and 87 catch. Seems like it never went up, but his route running did. He's pretty good. He's very Evan Ingram-y, if you will. Just a little bit bigger, I believe. I guess we'll take a look at Cosme And I knew how to say his name. I don't. Good power blocker. That's all I got for him. We'll take a look at Cosme. I guess we'll look at Stromberg as well. Cosme, run the power blocking's not the best, but it's decent enough, and the finesse blocking is truly elite stuff. And then we have Stromberg here as an 83 overall. He was okay. Really good finesse blocking. Could be a tackle for us. And then Jayden Daniels, we'll take a look at real quick. The 90 overall flat with very balanced ratings. 89 deep, 95 medium, 96 short. Throw power is 94. Play action is kind of iffy, but everything else is really, really good. There's not really much he's missing. Just upgrade a little more into the deep accuracy, but it's kind of one of the things that, most league quarterbacks aren't the best at. Dorrell, Mr. DeMar Durrell, was very good at block shedding. We've got a lot of block shedders on this team. Not the most in coverage. Jamin Davis is probably our best coverage guy, but that's not saying much because, he's like borderline worse than Wallace, yet Wallace is way better block shed. It's not even going to be close. It's probably like 20 better block shed with only like a few worse zone coverage. But here is Jamin Davis, speaking of, another name, if you will, 77 zone, 69 block shed. Very athletic, but more of a name, kind of like Deron Payne. Looking at safeties, Derek Forrest actually did end up as an 87 overall, 28 years old, 83 zone. I've seen worse. I have seen him have worse. Then we move on to the rest of the players. Safeties, doesn't really matter too much about the other guys we've seen. We just seen Forbes. He's really good. Rakestraw now on the other side, 85 overall. Didn't really develop that quick, but he's still pretty damn young. Going on 25, he can easily get to a 90 overall without a doubt. Webster, take a look at Mr. Gabe Webster, 82 overall. Never really showed much, but he did have a glow-up season when he actually played. 5 sacks is... I've seen 5 sacks from guys that are in the 90s. Sim is just so random. Jonathan Allen is still really freaking elite. Block shed's not the best, but 91 power move, and because he has inside stuff, he's still really good at block shedding. He's still really good at stopping the run. And then we move at Winslow, 81 overall, huge glow up from last season. His X Factor as a rookie went up really high this season compared to the rookie year, though. And his passive rush ability is not great, which is a little surprising because that's what he kind of started off with his strength, but ended up becoming a block shedder. And then Luvu, of all names, 88 finesse move. Sure, he kind of didn't deserve X Factor. Probably deserved to be at best superstar, but 40 sacks in 2 seasons, that's X Factor. I'm sorry, that's just X Factor. Kicker punter, I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter. So that's about it. If you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like. Maybe subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate continued support on the channel. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays. For now, Madden content. Been a little barren on, well, those two, really, the Twitter and the second channel. But we will, at least I would imagine for the draft, have some tweets up. So maybe check them out. And, while the draft is on, if you're coming back to this video, let me know in the comment section below what team you would like to see. There's a draft pick you thought was kind of like crazy. Instead of pick 4, the Cardinals... They're moving on from Kyler Murray. I don't freaking know. Or, whatever it might be. They go Dallas Turner or something. We can do a rebuild like that. But let me know what team you would like to see next. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Should be a lot of rebuilds coming up. And hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya.